So, thank you, as always, for making it out here. How many of you are from out of town? Just raise your hands. Wow, that's amazing. All right, how many of you were here for the first seminar? Wow, okay. All right, how many of you have taken Kabbalah 1 before, just so I know? Okay, great. How many of you have no clue what you're doing here? The husbands who get dragged here. All right, wonderful. So we're going to have so much fun today. I have so much, as always, that I want to share. As I was preparing, I just realized this is like, a 5-part series. But we are going to get the most powerful and impactful content around manifestation, especially when it comes to your career, your purpose, and prosperity. That's what I want to hone into. And, one of the first things that I want to start with is, I was thinking to myself, I always try to think, what is the 1 or 2 things that no matter where this goes, I want to convey? And the first is that there is no limit to what we can receive. There is no time that we are bound by. And the energy of fulfillment that we're all looking for in any category of our lives is infinite, is merciful, is compassionate, and it's already been given. That's the crux of what the sages have given to us through the wisdom of Kabbalah, that there is no other people or outside force that's limiting us. The energy of whatever you desire, because if you desire it, it means it exists, causing you to want it. There's something that you crave and that you want. Well, where did this desire come from? The desire came from the fulfillment of that desire, planting a desire in you. So when all of a sudden you crave even a cup of coffee, this desire came from the cup of coffee that is already existing, sending you a signal, saying, come and reveal me. So when a person desires to be in a relationship or desires all of a sudden to have children, you talk to a lot of people, some people don't want kids, and all of a sudden they want kids. This desire doesn't actually come from you, because that is the effect. The fulfillment creates the desire. So if there is something that we want, it's because the fulfillment of it exists. It belongs to us and nobody else. It might be held by someone else temporarily. Right? We always say your soulmate could be married to somebody else, and they're holding them for safekeeping until we have the vessel or capacity to be able not just to receive it, but to actually enjoy it. Because the right thing at the wrong time is still the wrong thing. Kabbalah is teaching us that everything is a study of the vessel, the ability to create the capacity to hold something. There is no limitation in the energy. The energy is ready to be revealed. In fact, it already has been revealed. So everything we're going to learn is about what we're going to be transforming in our mind, in our soul, in our spirituality to create that vessel. So the first thing we're going to do is just to set the tone for today. It's very important to establish what you want. Between you and the Creator, what is it that you want? And we have to bring these desires to the conscious. Because a lot of us have subconscious desires. But until we actually acknowledge them, write them down, or talk about them, the universe does not get into gear to be able to manifest it. The stronger the desire, the stronger the manifestation. The weaker the desire, the world becomes confused. So imagine that we have not just people in this world who will help you manifest things. We have unseen forces, we have angels, we have electromagnetic waves, we have so many unseen forces, spiritual and physical, that will become aligned to guide you towards where you need to be, but they are waiting for us to give the signal. So, something very simple. Establishing the vessel for today. What are your desires and goals for the area you bring light to the world? This isn't just about wealth generation. Many of you know that when I was 20 years old and I decided to go on this path of bringing spirituality to the world, I didn't make money doing it. My bank account for 10 years never exceeded $3,000. I never even had a credit card. I never even had a credit score. But I had my goals around how I wanted to bring my light to the world. What was my soul's unique purpose? It could be that your soul's purpose is to be a parent, to be a father or a mother. But even this role, which is probably one of the greatest CEO roles, requires a thoughtful plan of action. Requires you to be a vessel because you're channeling light and energy to your own children. And we're going to learn soon that the founder is the vessel for light that goes to everything under the founder. Employees, customers, and products. When you see a product on the shelf, you're feeling something. You're experiencing something. It's something on the metaphysical. It's not about the physical. Having spoken to thousands of founders, people who have created great companies, some of the best products that we all take that are sitting in our fridge right now, what I have learned speaking to people who have created companies, at the end of the day, it's the consciousness of the founder, the vessel they created, whether they realize it or not, that is going through the veins of their employees, their customers, their marketing material, and ultimately the final product. That's your power. Everything you do is traveling and sending energy signals to this whole network that belongs to you. This is your vessel. So even if it is your household and your children, you are the CEO of your house. You must make sure that you are an endless flow of energy and we're not blocking the energy because then our children can't get it. It can be anything. It can be any kind of passion you want to bring to the world or whatever it is that you're focused on right now. What is your 1 month, 1 year, and 3-year goals? And it's important to just write something down. The reason why we need to write it down is because even the paper, about how many different configurations can exist on this paper? What's the number? If I want to write something, how many different graphics, letters, pictures, images can I create on this paper? It's endless, right? It's actually endless. The moment I write something, I make it finite. I take the endless and I make it finite. But here's what's beautiful. The endless represents the energy of the creator. And when you write something, it becomes the vessel that captures that energy. So every time we write something, that's why journaling is so powerful. That's why prayer is so powerful. Because when you use your words, it's the other form of writing, because the mouth is the manifestation of the consciousness. That's why evil speech is so dangerous. 95% of the chaos in our lives comes actually from the words that we are saying or not saying. If a person just shut up, they would see miracles and things would actually manifest faster. That's for another seminar. So writing down is very important. Whatever comes to your mind, just to write down, 1 month, 1 year, 3 years. The revenue goal is something I want everyone to establish because it's not about money when you have a revenue goal. Revenue is a vessel. In the same way, profit is a vessel. Profit equals freedom. If you have profitability, you don't have to be needy of investors. You don't have to compromise your vision. You can reward your employees. You can have better culture. You can reinvest your profits to make your product better, which is something we'll talk about in the second half. How to constantly innovate and make every decision that's right for the consumer while still finding the balance of how to be profitable. Sometimes people are afraid of numbers. They're afraid of money. They're afraid of wealth generation. They're afraid of actually putting it down on a piece of paper. So a revenue goal is just somewhere I want all of us to start if your idea is something that can be monetized. And then we'll work backwards. We'll work on what the intention is. There's no way you can have a profitable company and sustain it with blessings if the spiritual intention isn't there. If we're not thinking about the consumer first. If we're not constantly innovating, because if you don't innovate, it's very reactive. It means that you don't really care about your consumer. Because innovation means you're trying to share. Innovation means you want to solve a problem. Someone out there is in pain and no one has solved their problem. And now you're going out of your way to solve it You are God at that moment. You are the creator. It's the most giving thing you can do. And so it's not that the revenue is the Northern Star, but the revenue needs to be something that helps us create a practical structure. Because a lot of people have a lot of great ideas, and then when I ask them practical questions about how they're going to actually manifest it, how they're going to pay for it, how they're going to market it, it gets kind of lost in this ambiguous world of ideas. So I want to also hold all of us accountable, myself included. What does this look like practically? I want you to walk away here in the next 6 hours, 7 hours, and be like, this is something practical. It's spiritual and it's practical. All right? Did you guys write that down? You have yours? Okay, let's take a quick 1 to 2 minutes, and I want you to share what you wrote down with the person sitting next to you so we can now manifest it with words, and we'll create that energy, and then we'll move on to the next subject.